Okay, perfect. Well, welcome everyone to this week's Rocket Pool community call. I'm very glad to be hosting it again this week. And today we're going to have some special guests from Primex. Primex is an Ethereum-related DeFi protocol that is designed to facilitate decentralized trading, but on margin. Joining me today here, I have Dmitry and Stanislav. Good morning to both of you.
And Vlad, yeah, sorry guys, it's Vlad.
Hey everyone.
Stan is also from our team, yeah, but Vlad is the speaker, the second one. Great to be here.
Oh, perfect. Excellent. Good morning, good day to you, Vlad. Maybe if you could start off here a little bit, telling us a little bit about a high-level overview of what Primex is and what makes it unique in the DeFi ecosystem.
Definitely, yeah, happy to start with a short introduction. So Primex is essentially a yield farming and trading app that connects lenders and borrowers in a way that borrowers can utilize lender liquidity to amplify their positions across other protocols and assets in DeFi. So we are essentially an under-collateralized lending protocol for purposes like yield farming or trading with leverage on dexes like Uniswap, Balancer Curve, and a variety of others. So our main goal is to amplify, to make it possible to amplify APY in DeFi, trade some exotic tokens with leverage, and also provides automation so that users can basically use stop loss, take profit conditions, limit orders on chain. So that's what we do as well. The main two issues that we are tackling are, leverage and automation in DeFi, in a nutshell.
Okay, and then I guess if I was in my background in DeFi is always somewhat limited, so bear with me if I ask some basic questions. But I guess if I hold an asset like rETH, our liquid staking token, how do I use it with your protocol? Is it something that I just buy and sell or trade on margin, the rETH, or can I actually deposit into a liquidity pool to be used as collateral for other people that want to borrow it on margin?
Yeah, actually, it's both. A token like a liquid staking or liquid restaking token that potentially generates some interest can be leveraged with some additional liquidity from that is borrowed from our liquidity pools. This is the leverage farming capability that we have in the protocol that allow us to, for example, borrow ETH and enter in any kind of staked or restaked ETH and generate the profit that is basically the difference between the yield got from the staked ETH multiplied by the leverage. The difference with this and the borrowing rate that they have to pay, basically like in a lending protocol. Yeah, it can be compared to a lending protocol. Yeah, that's it. So indeed, it can be the same platform is used for trading as well. Just based on the pair, this can be different scenarios. Yeah, either leverage trading, quite similar to what's available in perp dex. Or on a centralized exchange where some pairs are available with leverage. But if the pair is more or less neutral, like ETH staked ETH, ETH restaked ETH, in this case, it's more like leverage farming. Yeah, and we also support something more like unique for DeFi. So it's not something that is at all available in centralized exchanges. Is leveraging different kind of LP tokens of a DEX pool. Yeah, in this case, it's a strategy, but it's not natural anymore because at least the user is exposed to the impermanent loss risk, and a potential liquidation is possible, but as LPing is usually quite high interest activity, but of course with the risk, leveraging it can be profitable. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but you can also enter ETH neutral pools as an LP to
Yeah, it's
amplify your
natural
yield.
pools. Yeah. It's I think the most reasonable and low risk strategy that is available, and all this with automation that we have now, mostly for trading experience. I mean, entering and exiting a position can be described in predefined rules, pretty much like limit order with also levels of stop loss and take profit. So entering a position, exiting it at a specific level, price level, is what we have already. And yeah, we're currently working for some additional automation specifically for farming that will be executed on the levels of yield. Yeah, not the price, but the interest level, so that someone can, for example, exit a strategy if it becomes negative for some reason. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't generate interest anymore. Yeah, it's just an example. Yeah.
Interesting. And then what are the plans then, I guess, for Rocket Pool integration? Are you currently or planning to accept rETH as a collateral or as a traded pair on your marketplace?
Yeah, so we already are integrated with Rocket Pool in a sense that you can borrow ETH and enter Rocket Pool ETH to farm yield on a few chains. So that's already available. But we will also enable liquidity pool in Rocket Pool ETH so that you could also borrow it and use it as collateral as well to enter some other strategies, such as, for example, leveraged LP on DEXs. So you can be a holder of Rocket Pool ETH, put it in the Primex credit bucket, the Primex liquidity pool, and use it to farm something else. So both integrations are possible, and we have already integrated longing Rocket Pool ETH already, so it's already available.
Yeah, so borrowing it for some reason is also a possibility, but yeah, for now I don't think it's something maybe reasonable. Yeah, I mean, to short a staked ETH asset, but instead where we are planning to extend the use cases and the utility is not just this natural strategies, but also entering staked ETH as part of a position where the user just, for example, was trading normal ETH against something, and if this position contains ETH, then instead of holding it in just ETH, it's more reasonable to enter into something more profitable, like staked ETH. And then when we need to exit immediately, yeah, there is always a secondary market from where this from where this ETH can be retrieved back, just selling this restaked ETH. And another use case is actually leveraging a DEX pool where there is at least one staked ETH asset. Yeah, so yeah, this extends the utility significantly. It's not just a natural strategy anymore. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And I'm
currently we support your staked ETH in Ethereum, Arbitrum, and very soon deploying on Base. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question. Is
sorry.
yeah, where does the protocol exist? Is it just on mainnet, or do you support layer 2s?
Yeah, currently we do. We do. Yeah, on Mainnet, Arbitrum, and Polygon.
Base.
Yeah, and Base just deployed, I think today. Yeah, but yeah, planning to extend the features specifically on Base. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm monitoring our trading channel in our Discord. So if any of the folks on the call here want to ask questions or follow up, feel free to post a question there or come off mute and ask the question just over the voice channel here. But another question I have besides what layer twos you support is. Can you talk a little bit about the risks? Let's say that I have rETH and I want to contribute to your liquidity pools, right? What are some of the risks that I should consider before depositing into your liquidity pool?
Yeah, so for the lender, the risk is just maybe like in a lending protocol. It's a potential bad debt. Yeah, that this risk can become real if for some reason the protocol doesn't liquidate a position in time, and it's a quite a low risk compared to the LP risk in something like a perp DEX pool. Yeah, so it's very different. I think it's quite important to distinguish this type of risk from the LP impermanent loss this kind of risk. So for the liquidations, we have a network of keepers who are responsible for executing everything that should be done on behalf of the protocol without a backend, right? So this is this can be considered as decentralized backend, and these keepers are responsible for liquidations, but also for the execution of conditional orders like limit order, stop loss, and take profit that we have now, and the other types of conditional orders. Yeah. So yeah, currently at least one keeper that performs an action is enough to make the protocol secure, and as there are a lot of them incentivized with because we compensate the gas fee plus some interest on top. So there is always this one keeper that protects the protocol and specifically the lenders in the sense of the bad debt. And we have also some bootstrap keepers that we host on our own, just to make sure that at least one is available for each network, and using different RPCs, because sometimes an RPC could be a point of failure. We specifically have multiple RPCs to make sure that keepers are online. It's for the lenders. For the borrowers, it's a different kind of risk. I can elaborate on it as well.
Yeah, I guess that was my exact next question is, okay, so let's say there's, as you said, there's already a liquidity pool of rETH there, and then so I, as a person that wants to trade rETH, maybe the rETH USD pair, right? I think ETH is going to go up. I want to trade on some leverage and borrow against margin. How would that work?
It's in this example, if someone is, let's say, shorting a stablecoin, right, and longing rETH, it works quite in a simple way. So for this, a bucket, as we call our pools, a bucket is a single asset pool with specific rules how this liquidity can be used. So let's imagine that it's a bucket where rETH is allowed as let's say as a collateral, the trader in this case, this borrower is a trader in this case. They bring some amount of initial margin, let's say 1,000 USDC. They borrow 4,000 USDC, so it's a 5x leverage. And with this 5,000, they enter into an rETH position. In this case, the trade happens across available liquidity, either DEXs or, if it's possible, direct mint in a staking protocol. And yeah, that's it. This rETH sits on the position and is protecting the borrowed funds. Yeah. Then, if the price of Ethereum goes up, the trader is lucky and can exit from this position, getting the profit of the ETH itself plus the staked ETH that accumulated some additional value, yeah, during this the life of this position. So yeah, on the exit, the borrowed funds are returned, plus some small borrowing fee to the pool, to the bucket, and yeah, and that's it. The position can be closed either manually by the trader or automatically on a take profit level or stop loss if the price goes down. In our case, for ETH, and that's it. Yeah, if we approach a liquidation level, yeah, in our case, it's something around 20%, yeah, more or less, because there are some fees that are paid to the lenders and to the protocol. So yeah, if the price goes down, yeah, something like this, 20%, we have to liquidate such a position, and this is done by one of the keepers. In this case, the rETH is sold across available DEXs with the best, as always, with the best routing available, and that's it. Yeah, the 4,000 go back to the bucket, and the 1,000 of the user, it's yeah, it's gone. Basically, it's let's say the profit of the whole market. Yeah, because in our protocol, the trades happen across all the available market. We don't have this situation like in many protocols that are zero-sum game, where all the profit of the trader is the loss of the liquidity provider, and vice versa. Yeah, the loss of the trader is what the LP pool gets. Yeah, in our case it's different. Yeah, so but this architecture allows us to construct much more advanced use cases. And what we're now working on, I mean, it's not just for trading or even regular farming. It allows us to create such leveraged LP scenarios, and more protocols we integrate, more DeFi strategies we can leverage. Yeah, for example, in the next version, we are planning to also introduce concentrated liquidity positions on pools like Uniswap v3 and similar that could be leveraged. And back to your protocol, if such a concentrated liquidity position has at least rETH, yeah, as one of the tokens, then it's a good utility for for rETH as well. Yeah, because the user is capturing the interest as an LP provider, plus the rETH that this position holds, and all this with the leverage using the borrowed funds from one of the buckets. Yeah, that's it.
And then I know we've covered a lot, both about like liquidity providing and then trading a little bit on margin, how that works. But are there any items that we haven't covered yet on today's community call that you feel it's important for the Rocket Pool community to know about Primex?
Yeah, I just wanted to add a couple of words. So currently, we just recently launched the full version of the protocol that's And yeah, we enabled a bunch of strategies, and Rocket Pool Ease is one of the first ones. And we are currently running the liquidity mining program. So we offer some protocol incentives to the first liquidity providers and lenders, and those who use ETH, for example, or any other asset to enter Rocket Pool ETH. So we have additional incentivization on top. So we just wanted to encourage everyone to try it. And if you have some feedback on the protocol, please let us know. We're actually looking for some early LPs and lenders.
Okay, perfect. And then if folks wanted to learn more about Primex, where do they go? What's your website, and is there a community Discord or Telegram group?
Yeah, definitely. We have, please do follow us on Twitter. We also have an active community on Discord. Feel free to join. I can drop some links here. But the best way is to follow us on Twitter. Our website is at primex.finance. We are currently updating it. Feel free to check it out.
Yeah, I saw some. It's funny you mentioned that you're updating it. I saw some weird. I thought they were hieroglyphics, but I think it was a little bug in the rendering of some of the words on the buttons on the website. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
And then I guess one last kind of concluding question here. I don't see any coming in from the chat channel or the trading channel here, but where do you see the kind of future relationship going between margin trading protocols like Primex and liquid staking ecosystems like Rocket Pool?
The V2 that Vlad mentioned, for example, and we already have the yield farming interface. So it's important to understand that you can utilize the same protocol for both margin trading and entering ETH neutral positions. So we have the yield farming interface specifically for those who want to amplify their APY on LST protocols like Rocket Pool. You can do that. And by the way, that's what we're reflecting on our website right now, because it's not yet covering that use case. But we have already on our app, we have a separate dedicated interface for yield farming. As for the future and how we see Primex could be useful for example, LFT holders, we are enabling this sophisticated portfolios that consist of multiple different positions that Vlad talked about, and you can pretty much construct any you can open multiple different positions of different kinds within just the same portfolio with a unified health factor. So what we are building is a very convenient platform with a single interface where you can access multiple different assets and access automation to open multiple different positions that you like. So you can even build portfolios consistent of multiple different positions. So this is where we see this is our goal, is to essentially provide more automation and leverage for all kinds of positions in DeFi in a single interface.
Okay, perfect. Well, Vlad and Dmitry, thank you very much both for joining us here on today's call. And I also understand that you guys had helped design a POAP for today's call. Is that correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Well, I'm going to
thank you for inviting us. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always great to learn a little bit about the DeFi protocols, and it's certainly an area that I haven't explored too much on kind of leveraged or margin trading. And it sounds very interesting to go learn more about Primex and to see how it evolves and rolls out that integration here.
Definitely.
Let me go ahead and I'll share with the community right now the POAP code. We're a little bit front running it here in that I'm learning that the POAP, you have to have the POAP home app installed. And the way the POAP works on these keywords or secret words is that they're only good for a 15-minute window. And we set this 15-minute window. We're trying to figure out the best format for the community calls. We set it to activate at the bottom of the hour. So at 30 minutes past the hour, that's about 5 minutes from now, if you're listening it to in real time. But let me go ahead and give you that POAP code here. You simply use your POAP home app, type in, I think it's secret word, and the secret word is, if you might be guessing it, it's Primex, Primex, all lowercase Primex. It probably isn't going to work here until we come up at 30 minutes past the hour. So just post in trading the first person that's able to claim it. If you're listening to this call on YouTube or on replay on your favorite podcast app, you'll have to DM Mav for that for a claim code, as this keyword's only good for about 15-minute window starting at the bottom of the hour. But with that, I see Mav is still on. Mav, good day to you.
Hey Ken, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. I see a little NZ after your name. Does that mean you're all the way back in New Zealand finally?
Yeah, it does. It's 6:30-ish a.m. here, so a little bit of an early one for me. But yeah, unfortunately, with these more Europe-friendly calls, the timing is not so good for Australia. It's 3 a.m. or just after 3 a.m. over there. So yeah, unfortunately, no more Langers again this time. But we will have to get him on soon to give a rundown of where the Saturn 1 work is at.
Yeah, I'd be very much looking for that, because I know they've been kind of grinding on some of the Saturn 1, and it'd be great to maybe talk to them before the close of the holidays. But it's great to see you back in your motherland here for the holidays. Hopefully you get an opportunity to spend it with family and friends.
Yeah, that's the one. Only thing missing right now, unfortunately, is the summer weather. Uh, Yesterday was not too bad in terms of temperature. I think it got up to about 24 degrees, which is not too bad for New Zealand, but the next few days are looking like 15 or so degrees in rain. And I'm not quite sure what that is in freedom units, but it is not summer weather, let me put it that way. So it's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, always good to be back and catch up with family and friends here in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm laughing at the freedom units, but yeah, if somebody gives me a temperature in Celsius, it's you might as well be speaking French to me. There's no way I even understand what the numbers mean. So yeah, good luck with that. So yeah, but there's a couple of items I think you wanted to kind of cover with the community here. Anyone you want to lead off with?
Yeah, so handful of updates since the last call. Speaking of langers and calls and times and things like that and holidays, this probably will be our last call for 2024. We don't have a guest lined up at least, and I haven't mentioned it to you yet, Ken, so maybe we can do this live, but I'm sure you'll have your own Christmas, New Year, and end of year holiday celebrations planned. No guests,
Yeah.
probably no langers. So maybe we can call it for this year, unless you really wanted to jump on a call in a week's time. But I do have a handful of guests already kind of lined up for the new year, so that's good. We have Liquidity, who are launching their V2 at some point in the new year. I'm not sure if we have an exact date for that, but that will support rETH as well as, I think, at the very least, STETH. I'm not sure if there were any more liquid staking tokens in their V2 launch, but that is a first for them, so that it's exciting, and we'll have them on as a guest. And then there were a couple others, I think HAI is a DeFi protocol that we'd been talking to off and on for a little while, and finally kind of managed to start coordinating a guest appearance with them on the call. So yeah, good to have a couple more guests lined up and, additional integrations rolling through.
Yeah, excellent. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And yeah, I got a feeling too, this is going to be the last community call of the year. My kind of adult kids all go in different directions. I think I've got to celebrate 3 different Christmases spanning over a week. So I know exactly what you mean. And I'm seeing here, Schifrin's already posting that we've reached the bottom of the hour, and the people are already mad rushing for the POAP code. So in case you missed it earlier, it's a POAP code is Primex, Primex.
Awesome. That is great. And then a couple other things to discuss. I think we talked about ETH Denver or conferences in general on the last call. We've since had a little bit of an update in terms of our plans for attendance from the team. We are almost certainly going to be there, which I think was always going to be the case. We still have to sort out flights and accommodation and precise dates and who is attending. But one thing is we will almost certainly not have a booth this time around. So no roster, no Rocket Pool booth to hang out at, but we may either kind of beef up the Rocket Pool social event, which we've had at various places in the past, or maybe if there's enough time, we can potentially put something together or work with the DAO on another lift-off type of event. So yeah, conscious that we are kind of looking at 2 months to go now, and given that there won't be much going on over the next couple of weeks into the new year, we will be quite short on time, but I'm sure something will come together at the end.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Sorry, Mav, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but yeah, I don't know what it is with. I don't know if it was DevCon and just the size of it, but man, it seems like this ETH Denver is coming up faster than anyone's really anticipating. I was hanging out over there in their Discord, and yeah, it seems like everybody's kind of getting pumped and ready for it. And I feel like I'm just finally now getting back to recovered after DevCon, and I'm thinking, oh, another conference so soon. But it seems like the hype is really beginning to build for ETH Denver.
Yeah, for sure. I guess last year we did have Istanbul around a similar time, but but this ETH Denver did seem to kind of sneak up on us a lot more. And just to be clear with the sponsorship, the booth, I think it was purely like an ROI decision from the first time we attended. That was, is it coming up 2 years ago now? Yeah, I guess it must be. That was the first ever conference that Rocket Pool really joined. So having the booth, having the exposure was quite good for us and was a first. But then we found more recently with ETH Denver earlier this year, most of the people who came past were already aware of Rocket Pool. And also there's this trend of different projects setting up their own side events, which kind of detracts a little bit from the sponsorship proposition. We also don't feel that there's much value in the other aspects of the sponsorship in terms of brand awareness or speaking at ETH Denver, hence the decision. So definitely not something that will always be the case. We may hop back in with sponsorship at some event in the future, but yeah, just for this one, felt that the return wasn't there, and if we did want to spend the funds, there's probably a better way to do it, whether that's a dedicated side event or a side event with a different protocol, or potentially doing something, I'm guessing not ECC. I'd like to attend, so I'll try and make it one way or another. But there's already talk about DevConnect next year, which is going to be in November, and potentially whether that's happening in Argentina. I don't know if that's real speculation or people dropping hints or people trying to kind of manifest it and make it happen if it hasn't been decided yet. But the flights aren't too bad from Australia straight across the kind of bottom of the Pacific Ocean. They're not too expensive to get to South America, so there's a decent chance that we will attend that, and yeah, potentially scope to have some kind of side event or other activation in Argentina. So for me personally, not sure if I will be attending. Same with ETH Denver. I think we're doing a bit of a divide and conquer approach, but I've never been to South America, so that would be an exciting first for me.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely a lot to unwrap there as kind of the conference season begins anew for next year. But yeah, maybe we can go back and just unwrap a couple of things there. Yeah, I certainly agree with you that the focus has changed, right? Early on we were node operator constrained, and I really did view the booth as being the best way to reach clientele about potential new node operators, and I think the booths were very successful in that. And now that we're rETH constrained, I agree with you. I don't quite know the best ROI for either the dev teams funds or the protocols funds about how do we attract more rETH or LST minting and integrations and so forth. And so I think we're having to kind of rethink and retool that a little bit. But yeah, with ETH Denver, I'm glad to hear that at least some of the team's going to be attending. And I would really encourage, it's always hard to figure out like when to attend. And what do I mean by when to attend? It's like there's the biddle week beforehand, there's the main event, which is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then there's the skiing afterwards. But if there's any way for the team to get there the days before, like the Monday, Tuesday, I know you kind of need a day to acclimate with the time change, but those lead up days on like Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, right before the main event, just the number of side events, the number of high quality pre-events that are happening is really kind of, I think, a sweet spot to attend, even if folks listening to the call are, trying to figure out, hey, when should I get out there and so forth. Don't knock the days right before the main event. Those are, I think, some of the best noise to signal days at the event.
Yeah, definitely for me, I will be intending to attend as early as possible. I think for the other guys, one consideration was the likely timing around some of the Saturn work coming together and or the audits for that. So I think the idea was to try and have as little time away as possible. But yes, I'm going to try and be there a little bit earlier, and this time definitely staying on for some skiing afterwards. So looking forward to that.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Yeah, you'll definitely love it up in the mountain. I did that not last year, but the year before with a couple of folks, and it was quite wonderful. So yeah, I think that's a really good thing, and I think as we get into the new year, I'll try to convey some stuff over to ETH Denver. I guess if you're listening to it now and you think you may or may not attend, you don't know, you've heard about it, maybe you've never attended or you attended, you definitely want to go back. Run over to there. They have the applications open. It's free to attend, but you have to get your application in. And what I'm hearing is that the amount of interest is, again, it seems to be a repeat message on them, overwhelming them. I think they even plan for larger crowds, but I think the pre-interest is even overwhelming. So my advice is get your application all squared away, get at least some, preliminary hotels or accommodations in place, because I think it's going to be a much larger event. I don't know if it's the bull market. I don't know if it's the change in maybe approach to crypto or regulation of crypto, or if it's just the expanding ecosystem, but it does seem to be panning out to be one of the bigger events for 25.
Yeah, I would say all of the above on that, and that is good advice because I know for us in the team last year, this year, the previous ETH Denver, we did leave it a little bit late, and our usual accommodation was booked out. So I'm sure that will happen even quicker this time around. There weren't many options left to accommodate all of us by the time we get around to booking, which was just in the new year. So yeah, don't be like us. If you're wanting to attend, I would get onto that right now. But I'm guessing most people have probably got that sorted already. And yeah, it'd be good to see people in Denver. I'm guessing there'll be a pretty good turnout from the community. Obviously, a lot of people based either in the US or even Europe. Not too bad of a flight across. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here. And then, with your latter comments about DevConnect, yeah, that's, I can see definitely for the team, right? It's very much it's the version of DevCon that is not the main event, but it's the side events of DevCon, right? They call it DevConnect, a whole bunch of small events to kind of bring, the various tribes together into their little meetings and so forth. And yeah, I too have been hearing a lot of rumors about Argentina. I think they're probably just rumors at this point, but I really hope it holds to be true. But yeah, it sounds like there's a growing advocacy group that's really trying to really promote Argentina as being that location. But I don't think we'll know until probably into the next year when hopefully somebody in the ETH releases when and where it's going to be.
Yeah,
Any
I think,
other items? Yeah.
I think for DevCon that we just had in Thailand, it was a bit of a similar thing where it was I think we knew it was going to be in Southeast Asia for a little while. There were different countries thrown around, Vietnam, but Thailand specifically wasn't confirmed until a little bit later on. So I wouldn't be surprised if this one played out the same way. I had only one other thing, which is that rewards period 31, I think it is. It's coming up soon, and that will include the kind of final update for 7.0, enabling the commission for the ETH-only mini pools. So that's happening in about, I guess, 12 hours or so. And we will drop an announcement, a bit of an update just to confirm that that's all gone through, what people can expect. So yeah, later today, we've got period 31 kicking off.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's about 11 hours, 12 hours from now. I think it's due to happen. And yeah, I guess this is the key one, right? Where there's a new the new client update, right? Version I think it's 1.15. I'll double check that here in a second. But I know that the majority of ODAO members have adopted it, and I believe it includes the new reward tree specification, V10, if I'm keeping track of which ones it is, right? And that does have the RPL rewards for folks, correct?
Yes, that's right. And if you go to the protocol announcements channel and scroll back a few messages to 6 November, there's an update from Langers there with more details if you want to know more. One thing to note is the date in there, December 16, is not correct. That is December 19. So aside from that, yes, there's more information there about the V10 reward tree and what it means for the ETH-only mini pool node operators.
Excellent. So it's something for us to look forward to later today. Well, let me just invite anybody from the community that's still on the call or in the trading here. We do have kind of a hard stop at 10, but are there any questions that folks have or items they want to bring up before we conclude the last community call of the year?
Thanks for hosting all these calls, Ken, especially recently towards the end of the year. You've been on kind of back-to-back every week at all sorts of different dates and times. So really appreciate it and looking forward to maybe another 40 to 50 or so calls in the new year.
Yeah. Very much enjoying it. I think as Jasper is focusing, more and more on his medical school, I certainly understand that. But I've been enjoying kind of the benefits of that by spending a little bit more time with you and the rest of the members of the community and enjoying it. And I certainly want to wish everyone here on the call happy holidays and Merry Christmas. And I look forward to spending the new year with y'all back on the next community call.